Seniors, stop mixing yogurt with these 3 foods harmful for your gut. You may think your morning yogurt is doing your body a favor, but what if it's quietly working against you just because of what you're eating with it? For many of us, especially those over 50, yogurt feels like one of the few safe, reliable choices left. It's light, it's wholesome, it's loaded with probiotics that support digestion, boost immunity, and even improve mood. You've probably been told that yogurt is one of the best things you can eat, especially as you age. And that's still true, but only when it's eaten the right way. Because here's the problem, certain food combinations can actually kill the very probiotics that make yogurt beneficial. Instead of helping your gut, they create chaos, leading to bloating, gas, and sluggish digestion. Even worse, when this happens over and over, it doesn't just cause discomfort, it can slowly disrupt your gut, flora wear down your digestive lining, and make every future meal harder to process. And most PEs have no idea it's happening. Today we're going to set the record straight. I'll walk you through 3 foods you should never combine with yogurt, especially if you're over 50. And then I'll show you 3 smart pairings that actually enhance yogurt's benefits, helping you feel lighter, more energized, and more comfortable after every meal. These aren't complicated changes, but they are powerful ones. Just one adjustment could help relieve that tight, bloated feeling that's been bothering you for weeks or even years. Because yogurt isn't just food, it's living medicine. Think about it. Those probiotics inside yogurt are live, active cultures. They're microscopic organisms doing a big job balancing your gut bacteria, supporting nutrient absorption, and keeping your immune system alert. They even play a role in your brain chemistry, impacting serotonin production, which affects your mood and focus. But like anything alive, these probiotics are sensitive. They can be overwhelmed, disrupted, or even destroyed by the wrong environment. And unfortunately, many of the ingredients we commonly mix into yogurt, especially in store-bought varieties, create that wrong environment. This becomes even more important as we get older. After age 50, your digestive system begins to change in subtle but significant ways. Your stomach produces fewer digestive enzymes. Your intestinal lining becomes more vulnerable. Your microbiome, your gut's ecosystem, shifts often with fewer of the good bacteria and more of the disruptive strains that fuel inflammation. And what once felt light might now leave you feeling bloated, gassy, or foggy. That's not your imagination. It's not weakness. It's biology. And it's the reason why we need to be smarter, more respectful about how we combine foods like yogurt. The truth is, yogurt still has tremendous potential to support digestion, reduce inflammation, and help you feel younger from the inside out. But only if you know how to use it properly. That's what today's episode is all about. So let's begin. Let's protect your gut, strengthen your digestion, and make your meals feel good again. Because the first and most common mistake people make with yogurt is one you've probably done dozens, if not hundreds of times, without even realizing it. Fruit, especially citrus and melons. Yes, that's right. The very foods most commonly mixed with yogurt may be making it harder, not easier for your body to digest. I know what you might be thinking, but yogurt and fruit go hand in hand. You're not wrong to wonder. Just think about how many yogurt products line the grocery store shelves. Strawberry yogurt, blueberry yogurt, peach yogurt, yogurt parfaits topped with sliced bananas, berries, or kiwi. It's practically everywhere. But here's the hidden issue: acidity. Many fruits, especially citrus fruits like oranges, grapefruits, or pineapples, as well as watery fruits like melons, are highly acidic or enzymatic. When combined with dairy, particularly fermented dairy like yogurt, the pH balance inside your stomach can be disrupted. This can lead to curdling, which slows digestion and increases fermentation in the gut. What does that mean for you? Bloating, gas, abdominal pressure, and a sluggish, heavy feeling after eating, especially at breakfast or late-night snack time. And because yogurt contains live bacteria, it becomes even more reactive when mixed with the wrong acids or enzymes. Instead of supporting digestion, the probiotics are weakened or wiped out by the conflict inside your gut. So while a yogurt and fruit bowl might look beautiful and seem healthy, what's happening inside your digestive tract could be a very different story, especially as we age. Because remember, after 50, your digestive system doesn't have the same buffer it once did. Food combinations that were once easy to tolerate can now cause visible discomfort, or cumulative gut stress. So if you've been feeling unusually heavy or bloated after meals that used to energize you, this may be why. In the next section, we'll break down why certain fruits, especially citrus and melons, interfere with probiotics, and we'll explore what to eat with yogurt instead to maximize its digestive benefits without the downside. Because when combined properly, yogurt is still one of the best allies for gut health and aging well. But first, let's take a deeper look at this fruit yogurt mistake and how to avoid it with just a few easy changes. In the last section, we uncovered a surprising truth: pairing yogurt with certain fruits, especially acidic or fast-digesting ones, can silently disrupt digestion. But that's just the beginning. Let's look closer at why this so-called healthy combo can be more harmful than helpful, particularly for adults over 50. You've likely seen it everywhere. Supermarket shelves filled with fruit-flavored yogurts, magazine spreads showing fresh bowls of yogurt topped with strawberries, pineapple chunks, or bright citrus wedges, yogurt parfaits layered with blueberries and banana slices. Even at brunches or hotel buffets, yogurt and fruit are offered together as the go-to light and clean option. But here's the truth: looks can be deceiving. While yogurt and fruit might look like a dream team, their chemistry inside the body is anything but friendly, especially when it comes to acidic fruits like oranges, grapefruits, pineapples, and even some berries. These fruits are highly acidic, and when mixed with dairy proteins, especially the delicate proteins in yogurt, they cause those proteins to curdle. This doesn't just happen in your bowl, it happens inside your stomach too. When curdled dairy forms in your digestive tract, it becomes extremely hard to break down. It sits heavy, it slows everything down, and then comes the fermentation, a process where undigested food begins to break apart, unnaturally creating gas, bloating, cramping, that uncomfortable, slow, heavy feeling that can linger for hours. But citrus fruits aren't the only culprits. Let's talk about another seemingly innocent category: melons. Watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. They're fresh, hydrating, and light. So what could possibly go wrong? Quite a bit, actually. Melons are considered fast-digesting fruits. Their natural structure is designed to move quickly through your system, but yogurt digests much more slowly. So when you eat melon and yogurt together, the melon gets trapped behind the slower digesting yogurt, causing it to ferment inside your gut. The result: gas, bloating, indigestion, and in some people, even diarrhea. It's not just modern science that says this. Even Ayurveda, one of the world's oldest healing systems, has warned for thousands of years against combining fruit and dairy, especially for those with slower digestion. And that includes most of us as we age. Let me share a quick story. My friend Margaret, 72, is someone who takes her health seriously. She started every day with a bowl of Greek yogurt and fresh grapefruit slices. She figured she was doing everything right, but morning after morning, she'd feel bloated, gassy, and sometimes even a little nauseous. She tried cutting back on dairy, then sugar, then gluten. Nothing worked until she stopped pairing her yogurt with citrus. The change was almost immediate. Within days, her bloating disappeared, her digestion felt smoother, and her energy in the mornings actually improved. So what's a better option? Instead of raw fruit, try pairing your yogurt with warm cooked apples. Apples become easier to digest when they're gently cooked, especially when you add a pinch of cinnamon, which supports blood sugar balance and gut health. Not only is this pairing gentle on your stomach, but it also makes for a comforting, warming start to the day, something your digestion often appreciates as you age. But fruit isn't the only innocent-looking food that can throw yogurt off balance. The next mistake may be sitting on your dinner plate tonight, and it could be even worse. Let's talk about meat and other heavy proteins. At first you might think, wait, who eats meat and yogurt together? You'd be surprised. Many people enjoy a spoonful of Greek yogurt on the side of a meal, especially with Mediterranean or Middle Eastern dishes. Think yogurt-based sauces over grilled lamb, a bowl of yogurt next to roasted chicken, even yogurt drizzled over vegetables alongside steak or fish. Sounds balanced, right? But here's the issue. Yogurt is already a high-protein food. When you pair it with another protein-dense item like red meat chicken or even eggs, you overload your digestive system. Why? Because protein digestion is acid-intensive. Your stomach needs to produce a large amount of hydrochloric acid to break down dense protein. And when you eat two major sources of protein at once, your stomach may not produce enough acid to do the job. The result: sluggish digestion, food lingering in your stomach longer than it should, increased fermentation, gas bloating, and acid reflux. And there's one more problem. The excess stomach acid your body tries to produce to handle the load can actually destroy the delicate probiotics in the yogurt, the very things you're eating it for in the first place. So instead of aiding digestion, your yogurt becomes either neutralized or harmful. Its benefits vanish, and in some cases, it adds to your digestive stress. Let me give you a real-life example. Robert, a longtime viewer from Wisconsin, used to enjoy a bowl of Greek yogurt with dinner. He believed he was making a balanced choice, adding a light protein-rich food to complement his steak or grilled chicken. But every time he ate this combo, he'd feel bloated, uncomfortable, and too full to sleep. He thought maybe it was just age, or red meat, or stress. But when he stopped pairing heavy meats with yogurt and instead saved his yogurt for a lighter meal or snack, the difference was night and day. In the last section, we saw how Robert's digestion improved dramatically once he began enjoying yogurt as a standalone snack, rather than pairing it with heavy proteins like steak or chicken. Just one simple shift made him feel lighter, more energized, and more at ease after meals. That change might sound small, but it reflects a deeper truth about digestion. It's all about timing and balance. Imagine your digestive system like a campfire. You can't just toss thick, heavy logs onto a weak flame and expect it to burn brightly. You need to build it up with care, feeding it at the right pace, with the right fuel, and in the right order. Otherwise, you'll smother it. Yogurt is a gentle fuel. It works best when it's allowed to function on its own, ideally as a mid-morning snack or a light afternoon treat. But when we pile it on top of a rich, spicy, or greasy meal, we disrupt its benefits and sometimes even reverse them. Now, if you thought protein was the only hidden danger when it comes to yogurt combinations, you might want to brace yourself, because the next one is even more common and possibly more damaging. Let's talk about spicy and fried foods. Now, don't get me wrong, a little heat can make food exciting. I enjoy a good kick of flavor myself, whether it's chili flakes on roasted vegetables or a drizzle of hot sauce on tacos. But once you mix spicy or fried food with yogurt, especially after age 50, you create a digestive dilemma that can leave your body confused and irritated. Let's start with the spice. Hot peppers, chili oils, curry spices. They stimulate the lining of your stomach, increasing blood flow and heating up your digestive tract. That's not always a bad thing, especially if your digestion is strong. But for many older adults, it can cause inflammation, discomfort, and irritation, thus in the gut lining. Now picture what happens when you then add yogurt, a cooling, mucus-forming food, on top of all that heat. Your body gets mixed signals. Should it cool down or keep heating up? Should it relax or stay on high alert? This internal confusion leads to what many seniors describe as a strange, heavy feeling after eating, mild nausea, gas and bloating, or even acid reflux within minutes. And the problems don't stop there. Fried foods come with their own baggage. They're often cooked in refined processed oils that are already hard to digest and low in nutrients. Add that to the mix with yogurt, and now your stomach is dealing with a dense protein-fat combo, low-quality oil residue, and a dairy-based probiotic trying to survive in that environment. The result: sluggish digestion, heaviness, inflammation, and sometimes even joint pain the next day, caused by the ripple effect of poor digestion and systemic inflammation. Let me share another real-life story. Gloria, 65, had a Friday night ritual she looked forward to all week: fried samosas dipped in yogurt sauce. She loved the spice, the crunch, and the cooling contrast of yogurt. But the next day, she'd wake up feeling foggy, bloated, and uncomfortable. She thought it was just getting older or eating too late. But when she separated the two, choosing to enjoy her yogurt earlier in the day with a simpler, lighter meal, the change was undeniable. Her digestion calmed, her mornings became clearer, and she could still enjoy her favorite dishes, just not at the same time. Now that we've walked through the 3 biggest food combinations to avoid with yogurt acidic fruits, heavy proteins, and spicy or fried meals, it's time to shift gears. Let's talk about the foods that don't just pair well with yogurt, they actually make it more effective. We're talking about combinations that comfort your digestion, nourish your gut, and bring out the best in every spoonful of yogurt. And one of the best: cooked apples with cinnamon. Now you might be asking, why not just slice up some raw apple and toss it into the yogurt? It's a fair question. Raw apples are nutritious, high in fiber, and deliciously crisp. But for those of us over 50, they can be a little too rough on the digestive system. Raw apples, especially with the skin on, contain dense, fibrous material that can be harder to break down, particularly if your enzyme levels have decreased, which happens naturally with age. That means more bloating, longer digestion, and less comfort after eating. But when you lightly cook the apples, magic happens. Their fibers soften, their natural sweetness intensifies, and the cooking process makes them significantly easier to digest. That's especially helpful in the morning, when your digestive fire is still warming up, or in the evening when your body is winding down. Even better cooked apples are rich in pectin, a type of soluble fiber that acts as a prebiotic. Unlike probiotics, the good bacteria found in yogurt prebiotics are what probiotics feed on. They give the bacteria strength to grow, flourish, and do their job better. So when you combine probiotic-rich yogurt with prebiotic-rich cooked apples, you're creating a powerful gut-supporting synergy. It's like planting seeds probiotics and feeding them sunlight and water prebiotics at the same time. And let's not forget the final touch, cinnamon. Cinnamon isn't just delicious, it also balances blood sugar, has anti-inflammatory properties, and can soothe the stomach lining. So when you stir warm cinnamon-spiced apples into a small bowl of yogurt, you're doing more than creating a cozy, comforting meal. You're crafting a functional digestive tool, one that helps you feel nourished, not bloated, energized, not sluggish, and it tastes like dessert. In the last section, we explored how gently cooked apples with cinnamon can transform yogurt into a digestion-friendly breakfast, especially for older adults like Diane, who found relief from bloating and discomfort after making one simple swap. Now let's dive deeper into what makes this pairing so powerful, starting with cinnamon itself. Warm, aromatic, and familiar cinnamon doesn't just elevate flavor, it's a natural healer, a spice that works quietly but effectively to calm inflammation, especially in the gut. Studies show that cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar levels, which is particularly important as we age, and our insulin sensitivity begins to shift. But it also plays a direct role in digestion, acting as a natural antispasmodic, easing tension in the intestinal walls and soothing the gut lining. When paired with soft cooked apples, cinnamon does more than make your yogurt taste like a comforting dessert. It transforms your bowl into a healing meal, one that actively strengthens your digestive system and supports microbial balance. And this isn't just theory. It's something we've seen again and again in the real world. Take Diane, a kind and lively woman in our community, now 71 years old. Diane had always been health conscious. She started every morning with a bowl of yogurt and fresh berries, a habit she'd kept for over a decade. But slowly, her mornings began to change. She noticed that after breakfast, she felt bloated, heavy, and unusually tired. Sometimes she'd even skip lunch because her stomach still felt unsettled from hours before. She didn't want to give up yogurt. It had always been part of her routine, but she also didn't want to start every day feeling like she'd made a mistake. So, we made one small adjustment. Diane replaced her raw berries with a scoop of warm, cinnamon-spiced cooked apples stirred gently into her plain yogurt. No added sugar, no fancy ingredients. Within just 1 week, everything changed. Her bloating eased, her energy returned, and breakfast became something she actually looked forward to again. But apples and cinnamon are just the beginning. Let's move on to a pairing that's even smaller in size, but massive in its impact on digestion. I'm talking about seeds, specifically flax seeds and chia seeds. They may look tiny, but for anyone over 50, these two super seeds are nutritional giants, especially when added to yogurt. Let's start with flax seeds. Flax seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the kind that help reduce inflammation and protect the delicate lining of your intestines. Omega-3s also support brain health, joint function, and cardiovascular wellness. But for your gut, they help calm irritation, reduce bloating, and improve regularity. Flax is also a great source of soluble fiber, which not only helps smooth out digestion, but also feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, allowing them to multiply and outcompete the bad bacteria that contribute to inflammation and gas. And then there are lignan's unique plant compounds found in flax that may support hormonal balance and provide antioxidant protection, especially for aging adults facing natural hormone shifts. There is, however, one important rule when it comes to flax: you need to grind it. Whole flax seeds often pass through your digestive system, undigested meaning your body doesn't absorb the nutrients inside. That's why it's best to grind them, fresh store them in the fridge, and stir a spoonful into your yogurt just before eating. The result? A creamy, fiber-rich, anti-inflammatory meal that supports gut health, hormone balance, and regular digestion all in one bowl. But flax isn't the only seed that deserves a place at the table. Let's talk about chia seeds, the tiny black and white beads that pack an even bigger punch. Chia seeds are high in fiber, plant-based protein, calcium, and magnesium, powerful antioxidants. But what makes them unique is what happens when they meet liquid. When soaked in water, almond milk, or yogurt, chia seeds form a soft, gel-like coating. This gel acts as a natural digestive aid, helping food move smoothly through your intestines and easing strain on your stomach. Think of it like a gentle glide coating your digestive tract, softening the passage of food and preventing that stuck, sluggish feeling that can follow harder-to-digest meals. And because chia is rich in magnesium, it also helps relax the muscles in your digestive system, preventing cramps and reducing stress-related gut discomfort, something many older adults experience more frequently. Let me tell you about Thomas, a longtime viewer and now 68. For years, Thomas had struggled with that uncomfortable, bloated feeling after dinner. He tried cutting out dairy. He tried eating earlier. Nothing seemed to work until he started adding a single tablespoon of ground flaxseed to his evening yogurt. Within just a few days, he noticed real changes. He felt lighter after eating. His bathroom habits became more regular, and surprisingly, he even felt more mentally clear during the day, something he hadn't connected to digestion until then. Sometimes the smallest changes bring the biggest relief. Flax seeds, chia seeds, both incredibly simple, both affordable, and both turn a basic bowl of yogurt into a digestive powerhouse that supports aging gracefully one bite at a time. And if seeds can be this powerful, just wait until you see what happens when you combine yogurt with this next classic comfort food, a fiber-rich, soothing grain that your gut will absolutely love. Let's talk about oats. But not just any oats, cooked or soaked oats, and why they may be the perfect companion for your yogurt. In the last section, we discovered the incredible benefits of tiny seeds like flax and chia, how they can transform a simple bowl of yogurt into a gut-healing, energy-lifting powerhouse. But now let's turn to something bigger, something warm, familiar, and deeply comforting. Let's talk about oats and how this timeless staple, when paired correctly with yogurt, can support digestion and bring renewed vitality, especially for those of us over 50. Oats have been a beloved breakfast choice for generations, and with good reason. They're hearty grounding, and when prepared properly, surprisingly gentle on the digestive system. But what truly sets oats apart is what lies beneath their cozy texture, beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is a type of soluble fiber that does two very important things for the aging body. It helps lower LDL cholesterol, supporting cardiovascular health. It acts as a powerful prebiotic, feeding the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Much like flax seeds or cooked apples, oats give your good gut microbes the nourishment they need to thrive. That means stronger immunity, better nutrient absorption, and a smoother digestive rhythm, all from a bowl of something that feels like home. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. When you combine oats with yogurt, you create what's called a symbiotic meal. What does that mean? Yogurt brings in the probiotics, the live friendly bacteria. Oats bring in the prebiotics, the fiber that feeds those bacteria and helps them grow stronger. Together they become more powerful than either could be alone. They work as a team, healing, balancing, and strengthening your gut from the inside out. But there's a catch. Not all oats are created equal, at least not when it comes to digestion. Raw, dry oats, the kind you might shake straight from a box and sprinkle on top of yogurt, can be tough on your stomach, especially as your enzyme levels decline with age. These dry flakes can be harsh, leading to gas, bloating, a feeling of heaviness, and poor nutrient absorption. The solution: gentle preparation. When you take the time to cook oats slowly on the stovetop or soak them overnight, you transform them into something your body can process with ease. The heat or soaking process softens the fibers, breaks down complex starches, and makes every spoonful more digestible and soothing. Picture this: a warm, creamy bowl of gently cooked oats, cooled just slightly, topped with a spoonful of plain yogurt, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a scoop of stewed apples. It's not just breakfast, it's a gift to your gut, comforting, nourishing, and deeply healing. If you prefer something more grab-and-go, overnight oats are a brilliant option. All it takes is a few minutes the night before. Combine half a cup of rolled oats with a few spoonfuls of plain yogurt. Add a splash of almond milk or water. Stir in some cinnamon flaxseed or even chopped soft fruit. Let it rest in the fridge overnight. By morning, you'll have a creamy, pre-digested meal that's ready to support your body. No cooking required. And these aren't just theories. They're working for real people. Take Evelyn, a vibrant 73-year-old from Michigan. She used to love oatmeal but gave it up years ago because it made her feel bloated and uncomfortable. When we spoke, she admitted she had been eating dry instant oats with cold milk, a combo that's particularly hard on an aging digestive system. We made one simple change. She started preparing her oats the gentle way, cooking them with water until soft, stirring in a spoonful of plain yogurt and topping it with soft stewed apples and cinnamon. Within just 2 weeks, Evelyn noticed a major difference. No more bloating, more regular digestion, higher morning energy, and, as she put it, a lightness in my body I haven't felt in years. It was the same oats, but handled with care and paired with ingredients that honored her body's changing needs. And that's really the heart of it. Before we close, let's pause for a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered, not just about yogurt, but about the quiet wisdom of gentle choices. When we reach a certain age, our bodies ask us to listen more closely. The cues are softer. But the message is clear. What once worked may no longer serve us, and that's okay. We don't need complicated diets. We don't need expensive supplements. We don't need to give up the foods we love. We simply need to adapt with kindness. When you cook your apples instead of slicing them raw, when you soak your oats instead of eating them dry, when you stir in a spoonful of flax or chia, you're doing something much bigger than preparing a meal. You're honoring your body. You're giving your digestion space to work the way it was designed to. You're reducing inflammation, restoring balance, and setting the stage for more comfort, more energy, and more joy in the everyday moments. And in the final part of our journey, we'll bring it all together. We'll recap the mistakes to avoid. We'll revisit the powerful, nourishing combinations that truly make a difference. And you'll leave with a clear, simple blueprint for enjoying yogurt with wisdom, with confidence, and with results. But before we go there, let's remember this. Digestion isn't just about breaking food down. It's about how your body receives nourishment, how it absorbs, how it heals, how it supports you in doing all the things you love, walking, laughing, connecting, thriving. When digestion flows, everything else feels lighter. Your energy lifts, your mood rises, even sleep improves. But when digestion struggles, it's like trying to drive a fine car with sugar in the gas tank. No matter how good the fuel may seem, if the system is clogged, nothing works the way it should. And that's why these small changes matter, because they keep your engine running smoothly every single day. We've explored how small, thoughtful changes like swapping raw fruit for cooked, choosing soaked oats over dry flakes, or adding a spoonful of ground flax can help your digestion move with ease. These gentle shifts aren't just about comfort. They help keep your inner engine running clean, strong, and steady day after day, meal after meal. And when that engine runs well, you feel the difference in your energy, in your mood, in the freedom to enjoy each moment more fully without the heaviness, discomfort, or confusion so many people silently live with. So before we close, let's take a moment to gently review what we've covered today and leave you with a few easy steps you can begin applying right now. First, the 3 combinations to avoid mixing with yogurt. 1. Fruits, especially citrus and melons. Why? Because acidic fruits like oranges, grapefruits, and pineapples can curdle the dairy proteins in yogurt, not just in the bowl, but inside your stomach. This curdling can slow digestion and lead to gas bloating and an uncomfortable heaviness. Melons pose a different problem. They digest extremely quickly, and when they're trapped behind slower digesting yogurt, they begin to ferment in your gut. The result, bloating, discomfort, and sometimes even diarrhea. 2. Meats or other heavy protein dishes. Yogurt already contains protein. When paired with additional dense proteins like steak chicken or eggs, it can overwhelm your stomach's ability to produce enough acid to break everything down. And worse, that excess acid can destroy the live probiotics in yogurt before they even get to your gut. The result is slower digestion, more fermentation, and a loss of the very benefits you were hoping to get from the yogurt in the first place. 3. Spicy or fried foods. Spicy dishes heat the stomach lining. Yogurt cools and soothes. When eaten together, your digestive system receives conflicting signals. Should it heat up or cool down? Add heavy oils from fried foods into the mix, and now digestion becomes sluggish, confused, and often inflammatory. The gut ends up irritated, and the whole body can feel weighed down the next day. Now let's turn to the 3 best foods to pair with yogurt. 1. Cooked apples with cinnamon. Warm, soft, and naturally sweet. Cooked apples offer pectin, a powerful prebiotic fiber that feeds your good bacteria. Cinnamon adds comfort and calm, supporting balanced blood sugar and reducing gut inflammation. Together, they turn your yogurt into a digestive delight, soothing, healing, and full of flavor. 2. Ground flax seeds or chia seeds, tiny but mighty. These seeds bring a serious nutritional boost. Flax delivers omega-3s and soluble fiber that smooth digestion and reduce inflammation. Chia, when soaked, forms a gel that acts like a natural digestive lubricant. Both help your probiotics thrive and make your yogurt work harder for you. 3. Cooked or soaked oats, a classic comfort food with modern gut-friendly science behind it. Oats contain beta-glucan, a special fiber that fuels your gut bacteria, lowers cholesterol, and helps regulate energy. But remember, dry, raw oats are harsh. Cook them on the stove or soak them overnight, and you'll have a soft, nourishing base that your body can absorb with ease. Now imagine this: a quiet morning. You sit down with a warm bowl of oats, gently cooked, just cool enough to eat. You add a spoonful of plain yogurt, maybe a swirl of cinnamon apples, a sprinkle of soaked chia or freshly ground flax. It's not just breakfast. It's nourishment. It's strength. It's your body and food working with each other, not in conflict. Or maybe later in the day you enjoy a small bowl of plain yogurt with flax seeds stirred in. Light, balanced, calming. With each bite, the probiotics and prebiotics meet, supporting your gut, your energy, and your mood in ways you can feel but might not even be able to explain. Because these small intentional choices don't just change digestion, they change how we feel, how we move, how we show up in the world. And here's something important I want you to remember. If you've made some of the mistakes we've talked about, eating fruit and yogurt together, pairing it with steak, sprinkling dry oats on top, you haven't done anything wrong. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are simply at a point where your body is asking to be heard more clearly. That's not a flaw. That's not a burden. That's grace. That's wisdom. That's your body inviting you kindly, quietly to honor what it needs now. So tomorrow, when you open your fridge and reach for that bowl of yogurt, pause for a second. Ask yourself, what would help my body feel good today? What can I pair this with to support digestion, not disturb it? How can I make this one meal feel gentle, light, and healing? Maybe it's warming the apples. Maybe it's soaking the oats. Maybe it's skipping all the toppings and letting the yogurt speak for itself. Whatever that answer is, it matters. Every small act of care adds up. It builds health, energy, and strength from the inside out, moment by moment, spoonful by spoonful, and always, always in your time, because it's never too late to feel better, and it's absolutely never too late to feel stronger. As we've seen throughout this journey, it's the small, mindful choices, how you pair your yogurt, how you listen to your body, how you prepare your meals, that create the biggest transformations over time. These aren't diet tricks or temporary fixes. They're lasting shifts toward nourishment, comfort, and vitality. And the truth is, it's never too late. Never too late to feel better. Never too late to rediscover joy in your meals. Never too late to thank your body for all the quiet, tireless work it does for you, every breath, every step, every bite. So if something in today's message spoke to you, whether it was a story, a science-backed tip, or simply the reminder that your needs matter, hold on to it. Let it guide your next meal. Let it shape your next small decision. And if you feel moved, consider sharing this with someone you care about. A sister, a neighbor, a dear friend who, just like you, deserves to feel lighter, stronger, and more supported. Sometimes just one gentle video like this can be the spark someone needs to take the first step toward healing, toward self-care, toward truly enjoying food again, not with guilt, but with gratitude. And if you haven't already, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Life After 60 today, because here we're doing more than just aging. We're aging brilliantly, with awareness, with grace, with laughter and resilience. One moment, one story, one small step at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me today. It's been a privilege to walk this path beside you. Be kind to yourself. Listen when your body whispers. And remember this: every small step you take toward better health is a bold step toward a more joyful life. Until we meet again, dear friends, stay strong, stay hopeful, stay beautifully you.